Hello everybody, it's Jenny McGarvey and I'm here with you today to share how I created my Project Life Week 41, and I am using the Scraptastic Kit Club October This Life Noted kit. And if you watched the last video I created, I also used the same kit. So hopefully this will give you a good indicator on how you can use this kit fully and completely for many weeks. It's not just like a 1 or a 2 week thing and you're done. Absolutely not. This kit will definitely last you all month long. Now, as you can see, I already have my photos printed just like always. I printed them out on my Canon selfie printer, and I'm going to go ahead and trim the few up that need to be trimmed up and throw down the rest of the 4x6s that also need to be added to this page. Also, you can see in the frame that I have my notebook out, and if you've watched any of my notebooks before, my videos before, you know that I use my notebook to plan my weeks. It's super low tech or no tech, and that is how I keep it all together, a very organized process and very simple, because I don't want my project life to become overwhelming or I would absolutely positively give it up. Now this week is very, very short. I've only just got a little tiny bit over 9 minutes to share with you today. I put this one together in record time, which was not on purpose. It's just the way that it came out. I kept the whole week simple. Now, as you can see, this inadvertently came together with a blue and a green color scheme, and I absolutely love it. I love the way the page looks together. It's really fun and completely unique for October, but somehow it still fits. And maybe it's the craft, like from that Stories Are Forever and then that camera. I don't know, but it still has a nice fall feel to me. Even though it's not traditional at all, it still feels warm. Now, as you can see, I am trimming up a photo, and I'm going to put it on top of another 3x4 card. As you can see, I'm splitting that 4x6 slot into 2 3x4 cards, which is fantastic. One of which I'm doing the journaling on right now using my Sharpie pen, and the other one I trimmed up a 3x4 photo and just added it directly on top of one of the filler cards. Now, I love to do this with 4x6 photo slots because sometimes I don't actually have a 4x6 photo, and because for some reason I'm very fond of smaller photos, which is fine. It just seems to be what lends itself to working best for me. So if I break up the 4x6 slot, I can add different things to one little pocket that really tell the story of the week better for me in particular. Now, that doesn't mean I do it with all of them. I only do it with some of them. And as you can see here, I'm adhering a little cork star to the top of that journaling card. And what's cool about that is it's just adding the tiniest bit of embellishing to something that's already embellished, but it just adds a little bit of something and makes it a little bit more special. Now, as you can see, I sometimes do switch things around. I might initially think that I'm going to put something somewhere, and then they end up looking better if I just swap the spots. So I just went ahead and did that, and I'm working through those crepe paper rub-ons, seeing which ones I can use for this particular side and what I can use to sort of dress this spread up. Now, I don't often think of rub-ons unless they're presented to me, and so I'm so excited about having those in this kit because they really added a lot that I really liked to these particular layouts. And what I also really enjoy about the rub-ons is that they're definitely multi-purpose. I can use them on cards, I can use them on photos, and they really work well. So as you can see, I used it on the photo in this particular one, which is a super random photo of my laundry room with my kids' backpacks hanging up. Now, just a tiny bit of journaling on top of one of those cut-aparts, and I will go ahead and use my little tiny tape runner and adhere that to that photo of my dog watching TV in her Halloween costume, which is so funny. And again, that's what's perfect about these little cut-aparts, is that you can add just the tiniest bit of journaling, a word or two, because sometimes, honestly, that's all you need. You don't need an entire card worth to tell the story. Now I'm using one of those super cute rub-ons to add to the middle of this card, and I honestly think this ends up being probably my favorite card of the entire week. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the script, maybe it's the card, maybe it's the combination of the two, but I really do love the entire thing together. And I'm going to just use my date roller stamp to add the dates to this card, making it also a calendar card for this particular layout. Now I am using the Dear Lizzie, the handle is white, the date roller stamp, and what I really like about this one is it has the days of the week on it as well, so you could use that if you want to notate the specific day. I'm not actually usually very good at stamping it, even when I use my VersaFine ink, which usually works well for me, but it's okay. It doesn't bug me at all. I feel like the date stamps really lend itself to being cool when they are not exactly stamped perfectly, so I'm cool with that. I'm using just the tiniest bit of the sequins just to give it a little bit of something extra, and I will use my Martha Stewart glue pen. Now, I have had people ask me, this is the ballpoint tip glue pen that I use. I don't think the other ones work as well for me in particular and the way that I craft, but I use that one and it works great for me. Now we are on to the right side, and the right side is even more simple than the left side, if you can believe that. So I will go ahead and add my photos, and there are lots of them. This particular side is very photo heavy. So as you can see, I already threw down 6 photos, and I just have 2 slots left. And so it's very, very easy to come up with some, especially since this was a pretty crazy week in terms of it also included travel, and I wanted to add some journaling. So it was very simple to just choose 2 cards that went with my particular theme. The globe going with the travel, and then that other journaling card that's green and goes with the green and the blue theme of this week. I loved this rub-on that I'm using from the Crepe Paper rub-ons to add just right here in the middle of my photo, which is kind of random. I mean, it's not exactly something that you would ordinarily do maybe. You'd maybe put it off to the side or something like that, but I really love how it sort of just draws your eye right to the center of that photo, and it just adds a little bit something unexpected, especially since I tend to do sort of the same things over and over again, so it was a little bit nice to kind of break out of my box a little bit. Now I'm going to add another one of those tiny little rub-ons to that globe card, and I just love how it looks. It would have been cool in the center, but I also really love it off center down to the left and the bottom. And I just, like I said already, I love the way these rub-ons just add a little bit of something to each page that is not expected, and you can make each card or each photo its own with these rub-ons, so that's really neat. I'm just going to use another one of the little cut-aparts to embellish this next photo. It really could stand to use a little bit more explanation, but because this entire page is so jam-packed, I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to get as long of a story out of it as I would have liked. Though, to be honest, I could have used one of those simple story photo flips and been able to tell the story maybe underneath, and that would have been cool too. Some things to remember for the future anyway. Now the journaling for that green arrow card I will do off screen at the end of this video, so you will not get to see that because I'm going to use the typewriter. So that card will be left blank, and that's how you will see it. So hopefully that isn't too distracting that I'm not actually doing that one in this particular video. But I'm also just adding one last rub-on to that particular shower head photo, trying a little embellishment, and it doesn't quite work out. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this look at my week. It's super simple, and it shares how project life can just be as easy as you'd like it to be. Please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. It helps me know that you like it. Thank you so much, and have a great day.